Hello, my name is Dr. Sanchez, neuropsychologist, OD expert, and coach. And today I want to talk about, do you feel qualified? Are you driven by career achievement rather than meaning and impact? I want to ask you this. A friend of mine was talking with me the other day and made a joke about all my degrees. She said, "You have so many degrees. You have more degrees than a thermometer." Is that you? Do you have so many achievements, so many credentials, so many things that you've done, so many certificates, yet you're still feeling like somehow you're missing the mark in your career strategy or your career journey? You may even feel like you need to get another degree, another credential, another something to say that you're qualified for the job. Well, I want to encourage you to think about that need to continue to stay in the mindset of having to get that one more thing before you give yourself permission to feel qualified. Because if you're stuck in these career achievements and yet you're missing the meaning and the impact of what you're doing in your career and your everyday life, that is not sustainable. And so I have to ask you, how long will that satisfy? As high performing career women, you may be able to identify with the idea of this culture that kind of keeps us heightened. It's this 24/7 kind of always being on thing where you feel like everyone, everything, every experience or opportunity that you could be presented with, that you have to be on and ready for, or you have the fear of missing out. You maybe even feel like in order to perform at high levels of competence in many roles, that you have to make yourself available all the time, um, and that your boundaries are easily blurred between your work and your life. Maybe you've done it so much that along the way you feel that you're often setting your own interests and even your well being or health aside. Why is that? Why is that? Again, do you feel like you have so many things that say that you should be able to do the job, but yet in your real life, in your professional life, you're still underutilized, overlooked, and maybe even underpaid? An interesting study that I was reading about professional women found that about 60 of these women that they looked at that were about 1 to 2 levels away from the C suite, and some of them even were C suite, they ranged from manager to CEO level, were collectively, 60% were collectively frustrated and exhausted. A vast majority of these women anticipated that their careers would rank equally with their partners, but many of them were disappointed. And, I'm not entirely surprised by that statistic in that it's only been a few generations ago that women have been able to, without any kind of restriction, pursue higher education in many professions. But what I found in looking at some of the research is that generally there's two camps of women in the generation of U.S. U.S. working women right now holding management positions. And what we found is in those two generations, that second generation that was born between 1955 and 1980, that all in all, they have more education, more training. They may even be more savvy and a stronger sense of who they are than their pioneering predecessors. But despite this high number of Fortune 500 companies that exist right now, as far as the representation of women that are in CEO positions as of 2020, the numbers are still far below what would be expected. There's still nearly 13 companies run by a man for every company run by a woman. And so what I want to say to you is that many of these challenges that women face as they continue to ascend in their leadership and they advance towards either their first management roles or they're trying to continue to jump in their career from mid to senior level, that they continue to fall behind. And oftentimes they started out their careers early behind and starting out at the gate behind. Matter of fact, if first level women managers were hired and promoted like men, there would be a million more women in management over the next 5 years. So, what we know with the gender pay gap, with the issues with inequity in pay, that it's going to take 40 years or more before women catch up to their male counterparts in regards to pay. So, what I want to say to you is if you feel like you're running this rat race, right? And it's not only that you're overlooked, underutilized, and underpaid, that in order for there to be something different here, you can't expect things to be different than what we already know is happening. You're going to have to do a variance. You're going to have to do something different. What we know now more than ever is that with the advancement of technology and the expansion of global industries, that things are moving at a much faster rate. So those things that might have seemed like a barrier earlier in your career to getting that advancement or getting that opportunity, now you can leap over a lot of those barriers. As a woman leader, you literally have the ability to be a game changer in any field or any industry that you choose to go into. So if you desire to up level your career, your lifestyle, and finally earn what you are worth so that you can make the biggest impact, then I'm going to ask you, why haven't you? You know that everything's moving at a much faster rate. You know that there are opportunities out there that maybe you haven't explored or researched. So why haven't you done something about it? Why haven't you done something about it? And have you identified how you're going to get there? You maybe have gotten as far as the thought that you want to do something different, but you've done nothing about it. Or maybe the issue is that you're just overwhelmed with the idea of it. Or maybe you're constantly searching for more, but you just can't seem to put your finger on what that more is. What I've found in my experience in working with a lot of high potential women is that they're driven by this innate purpose and desire to make an impact with their leadership. They want to do something more with their life. They want to do something more with their career. But sometimes they even feel foolish about talking about it or dreaming about it. So if you feel that you're on this constant search for what's next, right? That could be what's behind getting all the accomplishments, the achievements, the accolades, the credentials. If you feel like you're on that constant search and that it's never ending, and you're feeling as though in all of this that you've lost a sense of who you are and what your purpose is all about, I want you to dig a little deeper and think about where this restless energy may be coming from. I've coached thousands of women on this very issue in their professional careers, and I have to tell you that you're not alone. And matter of fact, you might even be surprised to know how many women struggle with this very type of doubt. But what I want to tell you is that this doubt, it creates a lack of clarity. It really hijacks your confidence if it's left unchecked. And then what happens is it disrupts your career path. And before you know it, you spent 10 or 15 years spinning your wheels or feeling stuck or feeling undervalued or feeling like they're continuing to overlook you or feeling like your day is not coming. So now is the time. It's time to move into being more focused, feeling more fulfilled, and understanding that with the right strategy and the right support that you can be on a truly successful path. I want to, for you, eliminate that fear creep that's hijacking your future success. Because what we know is that fear, self-doubt, imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs, and the like are ultimately a career killer. As a result of these things, you can experience things like feeling less confident to ask for raises or promotions. You can feel underutilized, not taken seriously, even overworked because your beliefs about what you deserve. You may even feel like your voice isn't heard, right? That your opinion doesn't matter. So as a result of that, you don't speak up. Or maybe you feel like you began to harness feelings of resentment, right? And anger about being overlooked. And then that ultimately ends up impacting upon your relationships and maybe even your performance, and disrupting the perception that key decision makers have about you. So, what I want to do with today is I want to help you to get back on track. I want to help you to get back in the driver's seat when it comes to your career. I'm offering you an opportunity to train with me on a free webinar on September 29th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that webinar is called Career Confidence, how to powerfully position for a promotion, pivot, or transition. So the details regarding how to register for that are listed below, but you can register at Dr. Sanchez CC webinar register. I'll say that again, Dr. Sanchez CC webinar register. So this webinar will help you to gain that needed confidence and a proven strategy. It'll help you understand what a proven strategy is for your job search and for your career. You'll also feel as though, as a result of that, you are promotion ready and positioned to negotiate well for your next role. You're also going to feel overall more confident and competent to lead from a place of authenticity. And you're going to understand how important it is to feel completely aligned with the work that you're doing, your purpose, and your call in leadership. And lastly, and most importantly, more than anything, you're finally going to recognize that not only are you enough, but that you're absolutely awesome. So I want to encourage you again to sign up today for that webinar, register for it, and invite a friend, because it's going to be an amazing time. There's going to be so many women that will be on, and seating is limited. So don't miss your opportunity to train with me on September 29th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And again, that's called Career Confidence, how to properly position for a promotion, pivot, or transition. And you can register at Dr. Sanchez CC webinar register. Thank you so much. I hope that this live has been of value to you. And if you happen to be watching on the replay, please drop in the comments any questions that you have, and I'll be able to answer them and swing back around. And also let me know where you're watching from, because I understand that there are a lot of people internationally and globally that are watching these broadcasts. And so I'm so happy to have the opportunity to come speak with you today. You take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.